with his friends Cal and Gage. He didn't connect a dead French poodle with the dream, or with what had burned through Hawkins Hollow for a week after his 10th birthday. After the night he and Cal and Gage had spent at the Pagan Stone in Hawkins Wood, and everything had changed for them and for the Hollow. In a few weeks he and Cal and Gage would all turn 17, and that was on his mind. Baltimore had a damn good chance at a pennant this year, so that was on his mind. He'd be going back to high school as a senior, which meant top of the food chain at last, and planning for college. What occupied a 16-year-old boy was considerably different from what occupied a 10-year-old, including rounding third and heading home with Alice and Brendan. So when he walked back down the street, a lean boy not quite beyond the gangly stage of adolescence, his dense brown hair tied back in a stubby tail, golden brown eyes shaded with Oakleys, it was, for him, just another ordinary day. The town looked as it always did, tidy, a little old-timey, with the old stone townhouses or shops, the painted porches, the high curbs. He glanced back over his shoulder toward the Bolorama on the square. It was the biggest building in town, and where Cal and Gage were both working. When he and his father knocked off for the day, he thought he'd head on up, see what was happening. He crossed over to the Larson place, walked into the unlocked house where Bonnie Raitt's smooth Delta blues slid smoothly out of the kitchen. His father sang along with her in his clear and easy voice as he checked the level on the shelves Mrs. Larson wanted in her utility closet. Though the windows and back door were open to their screens, the room smelled of sawdust, sweat, and the glue they'd used that morning to install the new Formica. His father worked in old Levi's and his Give Peace a Chance t-shirt. His hair was 6 inches longer than Fox's, worn in a tail under a blue bandana. He'd shaved off the beard and mustache he'd had as long as Fox remembered. Fox still wasn't quite used to seeing so much of his father's face, or so much of himself in it. "A dog drowned in the Bessler swimming pool over in Laurel Lane," Fox told him, and Brian stopped working to turn. "Well, that's a damn shame. Anybody know how it happened?" "Not really. It was one of those little poodles, so they think it must have fallen in, then it couldn't get out again." "You'd think somebody would have heard it barking. That's a lousy way to go." Brian set down his tools, smiled at the boy. "Give me one of those Slim Jims." "What Slim Jims?" "The ones you've got in your back pocket. You're not carrying a bag, and you weren't gone long enough to scarp down Hostess pies or Twinkies. I'm betting you're packing the Jims. I get one, and your mom never has to know we ate chemicals and meat byproducts. It's called blackmail, kid of mine." Fox snorted, pulled them out. He'd bought 2 for just this purpose. Father and son unwrapped, bit off, chewed in perfect harmony. "The counter looks good, Dad." "Yeah, it does." Brian ran a hand over the smooth eggshell surface. "Mrs. Larson's not much for color, but it's good work. I don't know who I'm going to get to be my lapdog when you head off to college." "Ridge is next in line," Fox said, thinking of his younger brother. "Ridge wouldn't keep measurements in his head for 2 minutes running, and he'd probably cut off a finger dreaming while he was using a bandsaw. Nah." Brian smiled, shrugged. "This kind of work isn't for Ridge, or for you, for that matter. For either of your sisters. I guess I'm gonna have to rent a kid to get one who wants to work with wood." "I never said I didn't want to." Not out loud. His father looked at him the way he sometimes did, as if he saw more than what was there. "You've got a good eye. You've got good hands. You'll be handy around your own house once you get one. But you won't be strapping on a tool belt to make a living. Until you figure out just what it is you want, you can haul these scraps on out to the dumpster." "Sure." Fox gathered up scraps, trash, began to cart them out the back, across the narrow yard to the dumpster the Larsons had rented for the duration of the remodel. He glanced toward the adjoining yard and the sound of kids playing, and the armload he carried thumped and bounced on the ground as his body went numb. The little boys played with trucks and shovels and pails.